Hi, everyone. My name is John Lord. I will be your instructor for Accounting 1A this summer term. I am posting this video, this welcome video, because I want to show you how to navigate the course here. This is an online course, so I think it's important that we have this video so you can sort of see how to go through week to week to keep up with the material, take your exams. All will be online. There are no live meetings for this class, but I wanted to record this for you. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of my background. I've been teaching here at De Anza for a couple of years, about 2.5 years now, teaching the introductory to Accounting 1A class. And I also teach Accounting 58, which is an auditing course. And I also teach Accounting 73, which is the fraud course here at De Anza. I've been teaching for 30 years in various capacities. I have taught the CPA exam, which I help folks pass the Certified Public Accountants exam. It's an exam that's administered by each state, but it's an exam that is the same worldwide. And so I've been doing that for 30 years, helping folks to pass the 4 parts of the CPA exam for all of this 30 years. While I started teaching, I was still working for the Government Accountability Office. GAO is the Audit and Investigative Arm of Congress. So I was teaching and working at the same time. And then about 10 years ago, retired from the federal government and continued to teach the CPA exam, where I still teach it at Golden Gate University. I run a program there. I'm the director for a program called the CPA Applied Program, and I help folks prepare for the CPA exam while finishing up their bachelor's, getting their master's degree in accounting, and passing the CPA exam. You need to pass that exam in order to get your license to be an accountant in the state of California. You need 1 year of experience. I got my experience through the Government Accountability Office. Worked for several years as an auditor for the federal government. Continued teaching. Now, been retired for 10 years from that, and I continued teaching for the state of California, teaching both at San Francisco State, San Jose State, UC Berkeley. About 2 or 3 years ago, I retired from the state teaching, and I still teach at Stanford University. I teach introductory to accounting there, both for the School of Engineering and the School of Medicine. I continue to teach at Golden Gate University, as I mentioned. I teach auditing. I teach the CPA exam there as well, and teaching here, obviously, at De Anza. So a fair amount of both practical and teaching experience. So you'll see in some of the lectures that I have recorded here and posted here that I'll bring up examples from some of my experience. And I hope that somehow those examples help to solidify some of the information for you. Okay, so that's a little bit about my background, but I wanted to show you the way I have Canvas set up for you. I have it in student view. That's what all this pink is about. And you can see the office hour link there. Okay, so you click on there and you can see that my office hours are Thursdays from 10 to 11:30. If that's not convenient for you, you can reach out to me. We can set another time, but when you click there, it'll take you to the Zoom office hour. So we'll hold our office hours over Zoom. 10 to 11:30. Sometimes you may tune in and maybe have another student, and it'd be just like, you'll be in the waiting room, just like you would outside if we were meeting on campus or something. You'd wait outside the office, right? While somebody else was in there. So that's how the office hour will work. If you made it this far, you probably found the syllabus at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and open the syllabus for us. Okay, I'll just go ahead and download it here because it's a little easier for you to see, although I think I probably have the same thing downloaded a couple of times, but that's okay. We'll open it up here. It's in Word. Okay, go through all these little steps. Okay, and let's go ahead and expand the view on that so you can sort of see that a little better. Okay, good. I have my CPA in the state of California, Certified Public Accountant, got my experience working for the federal government, passed the CPA exam a long, long time ago. So I've been a CPA for about 30 years now. You can see the office hour and the Zoom link that I also have embedded in Canvas that I just showed you. Phone number, you can pretty much reach out and call, text, call that anytime. You can see my email address, okay, for Deanza here. You can reach out to me there. It is an online class, so there are no set times. Course objective, this is an introductory course, and you're going to see that accounting is very much a process in which we go through formal steps that allow us to prepare financial statements that are then going to be useful to investors and creditors in making decisions as to whether or not they want to lend money or buy stock of a company, et cetera. I'm going to tell you, part of my job is to remove any notions you may have about accounting and replace those, any incorrect notions you may have about accounting, and replace those with correct notions. So you're going to see in some of the lectures that I have posted that there is a certain amount of boot camp here in the very beginning as you get used to the way we process business transactions using financial accounting. Okay, now I'll let you read through the details of what some of the learning outcomes and are and whatnot as you go through and look at that syllabus. Okay, course text. We use a Cengage text. Okay, you can see those here. They are available for you in the bookstore, or you could go directly to the, and I definitely need you to link to the course using the boarding pass that I'm going to show you. And you can acquire the book directly through Cengage, or you could also go to the bookstore and you can choose either one of these. I think this first option is the one that I'm recommending for most students, because this will not only be good for you for 1A, this class, also 1B and 1C. So it's not a bad thing to go ahead and acquire that now if you plan to continue and going through all the 3 accounting classes, introductory classes here at Deanza 1A, 1B, 1C. You can see our course up there. Grading policy, most of our grades will come from the exams. However, I do give some points for homework, and you can also see that we're going to have a guest speaker write-up. I'll be posting a video for the guest speaker, and you will submit that assignment here in Canvas, and I'll be providing some information as we move through the course here as to where you'll submit that and when the recording is available and whatnot. It's not available yet. Don't worry about it here in the first week or so class. I will be putting that up pretty quickly as we go through the course here over the summer. Okay. Grades, pretty straightforward, nothing surprising there. No reason why you couldn't be up here. I don't grade on a curve. So, everyone can get an A, everyone can get a lousy grade too. So I need you to do well, obviously, on the exams. You can't miss exams, guys. I'm going to show you the dates for the 2 exams that we're going to have, and you are absolutely going to have to take those exams during that time that I'm going to provide you to do those exams. You have to do them during that time. There is no compromise on that at all. Okay, you need to take them when they're scheduled. Okay, and I'll show you that here in a couple of minutes where you'll find them and how they're scheduled and whatnot. Extra credit, I do give no more than 10 points of extra credit. And the way I'll allow you to get extra credit in this class is by increasing the number of pages for the guest speaker write-up. So the guest speaker write-up is 3 pages. If you add an additional page, so you give me 4 pages, I will go ahead and award you an extra 10 points, and you can use that towards extra credit as long as you have made your points in all the other areas. So if you don't take one of the exams, you will not receive any extra credit because I'm not going to allow you to supplement missed assignments with extra credit. Okay, so you can get extra credit just assuming, hey, I turned in everything. I need a little 10-point boost to maybe get me up from an A- to an A or something. Let me write an extra page with the guest speaker write-up, and that's how you'll get those 10 points of extra credit. Okay, you have to take the exams during the time they're scheduled. If you don't take the exam, you'll get a 0 on the exam, and it becomes very, 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 if not impossible, to pass the course if you don't take the exams. Okay, now there's no plagiarism, no cheating. You can't work with anybody else. You have to do your own work. The exams are open book, open note. Anything I've given you from this class, anything that you get in the Cengage textbook, you can use when you take your exams, but you can't have your buddy take the exam for you. You can't be talking to someone on the phone while you take the exam. You'll take it in Canvas. It's unproctored. You're on the honor, your own honor, to take this exam at the time that it's scheduled, and I'll explain how that's going to work here in a minute. And then you need to do your own work. Okay. Other links here in this in the syllabus that you can look at. Short turnaround times, guys, here for the summer term. So you can see our first exam is going to be, and what I'll do is I'll open the exam, and I always have to make sure I am looking at my calendar here to make sure that I have the dates right. So bear with me while I find July in my calendar. Okay, so the exam will open on Monday, July 15th, and it will stay opened all the way until Sunday, July 21st. That's for that first exam for midterm one. Okay, it'll stay open, or midterm. It'll stay open that entire time. Okay, you pick a day. I don't know. I'm just going to pick a day out of the air. Say you decide, hey, I'm going to take my exam on Thursday, July 25th. Once you pick that day, you'll click into the exam, and I'll show you where in Canvas in a minute, and you will receive 3 hours to work your exam. 3 hours to work your exam. It's going to be 30 multiple choice questions, very similar to the practice exams that I will walk through in the recorded videos with you. You take that exam sometime during that week. You pick the day. If you don't take the exam during that week, I will not reopen it to you, and you will get a 0 on that exam, and it'll be very hard to pass this course. It'll work the same way for the final. So they're each going to be 150 points. We'll have 30 multiple choice questions. They'll be worth 150 points each for a total of 300. The final is not comprehensive. Okay, it'll be chapters 5 through 8. And that will open, and that'll again open on a Monday, 8/5. I have to close that exam a little sooner because the term ends on the 9th. Okay, so that will close on the 9th, but it'll be the same deal. You pick a date, and sometime between the 5th at 12 a.m. By the way, the exams open at 12 a.m. They close on the last day that they are available at 11:59 p.m. So midterm one will close at 11:59 p.m. That's when it's dark outside on 7/21. Okay, that's Sunday. For the final, I have to close it on that Friday, 8/9, and it'll close at 11:59 p.m. But don't play with taking it at 9 o'clock at night on the 9th. Take it, say, on Wednesday the 7th. You get 3 hours. Take the exam, and during that 3-hour window, and you'll be fine. You will find that the exams are very, very similar to the material that I go over with you in class, including practice exams that I give you. Okay. So that's the syllabus. Okay. And you can look some more at that on your own. Okay. But what I want you to do with me now is just go back here and look back at Canvas for this class. Okay. And if you're seeing this video, you've already found this. Okay. And you can see that I have chapters. And for each chapter, there will be a lecture, and sometimes they're broken up into different parts, and there will be slides. So it is my advice that you download the slides. You click there where my cursor is. You download the slides. You have them available. Mark up the slides as I go through them with you during the lecture. Okay, so you can see, and for this particular recording, I'm telling you to start at 44:38. Okay, so what you would do is you click there. It takes you out to the page, and I don't want you to necessarily watch the beginning of this because that was for a previous class. These are previous classes, okay? But you see, and at some point, I have the slides up, and you can see me up there talking and whatnot like I'm doing now, and that's how you'll prepare for the material. That's how you'll view the material. Okay, so you'll do that each chapter by chapter, going through. Okay, and then what you'll see is for each chapter, okay, I have a practice midterm. Okay, and these practice midterm questions in the lecture, I go through these practice midterm practice exam questions with you. Okay, you see I've highlighted the answer so that you will be able to sit there and learn from the examples here. And then when you take when you're getting ready for the actual exam, there are also comprehensive exam. So for midterm one, since our first midterm will cover chapters 1 through 3, the practice midterm one will have questions from chapter 1, 2, and 3, whereas the practice midterm for chapter 1 just has questions for chapter 1. Chapter 2, the slides, the lectures in class example, but then the practice midterm questions just have questions from chapter 2. Same thing for chapter 3. Then when you get to the comprehensive practice midterm and finals, and I'll post the finals later, then you'll have questions that will deal with all 3 chapters, for example, for that practice midterm 1. When we get to the final, there'll be questions for chapters 5 through 8 in the comprehensive. Okay, and we'll go through like that, okay, week to week. Lectures, slides, practice midterms. I don't have lectures up for chapter 7 and chapter 8. I will be putting lectures up for those. And for those, I've embedded the practice midterm questions in the slides. For some of these other ones, there's a separate Word file for the practice midterm. Okay, and you can see those there. Okay, that's how you will go through. You will take the quizzes, okay, right here in Canvas. Now, right now, these exams aren't available to you because I still have them up from last term. But what I will do is be posting the exams here, and you'll click in and you'll take the exam right here in Canvas. That's how you take the exams. Okay. Now, the only other thing that I want to show you now is how to acquire the textbook. Okay, so if you come and you look, you can see we have this Cengage boarding pass. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and download that. I think it's the easier way for me to show it to you. Okay, it's just a little annoying that I have to download it, but that's okay. We'll accept that annoyance. Okay, and yeah, I have to open it from the download file to be able to show it to you the way I want to. It's just annoying the way that works, but it is what it is. Really going to fight me on this, huh? Right when it wants to become available, I click it again, don't I? Okay. Okay, good. I want to open it here. That's not the world's most cooperative file now, is it? Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so finally we got it. Now, what you need to do is you need to click here, guys. Okay, click here to acquire the information for this class. If you don't click here, you won't find the homework problems that I have set up for you. Okay. Now, once you follow the directions and you get through and you've registered for the course and everything, and you follow that link, you must follow that link. You follow that link, you'll see a bunch of homework assignments in there. Now, here's what happens. I can see that you're making progress with your homework. I set all the due dates the last day of our class. In the summer, we go through things so quickly that I'm not going to sit here, every week and check you off and make sure that you've done a certain amount of homework leading up to your exam. But I will look to see that you've done something in there. I'm not particularly harsh at how I look at your homework, but I can look to see what you have done. And as long as you have made a good, honest attempt to get through some of those homeworks, I will give you the full points. So what you can't do is just ignore this stuff. You need to go in, you need to look at it, you need to attempt those questions. I don't mark off if you did something wrong. I don't mark off for that. Almost everyone gets all the points for the homework unless they completely ignore it. So I need you to get in, register for the course, get in and start to tool around in some of those homework assignments in there, see what you're doing. If you have questions, you can ask me about that. But the primary way that you are going to do well in this class, okay, just getting back to Canvas here, okay, is by making sure that you are watching the lectures, you're getting the slides, you're watching the lectures, you're understanding the material. If you have questions about the material, you're reaching out to me in the office hour and whatnot, and then you're working these practice exams. For example, for the first midterm, chapter 1 practice midterm, chapter 2 practice midterm, chapter 3 practice midterm. I'm not grading those, I've given you the answers. Master that material, then look at the practice midterm, practice final that are comprehensive. For that first midterm, it's going to contain questions from chapter 1, 2, and 3. Get good with that. Take the exam during the scheduled time during those weeks that I showed you already on the syllabus. For example, for midterm 1, you're going to have it be ready to work that material during the week of 7/15 to 7/21. Pick a day. You have 3 hours to work 30 multiple choice questions that are very, very similar to those practice midterm questions. Final, same thing. It is not a comprehensive final, but it'll work the same way. You'll look at the lectures, the slides for chapter 5, 6, 7, 8, look at the practice midterms for theirs, but then I practice final, I guess it would be for those. And then I'll put a comprehensive practice final up, get good at that, take the final during the time, turn in the guest speaker write-up. I'll be providing you that video here pretty quickly. Turn in the guest speaker write-up, knock out accounting 1A with a successful grade here, during the summer. Okay. All right, guys, that's what I need you to do. If you need me, you know where I am, you know how to contact me, and I'll look forward to working with you this term. Okay. All right, guys. Good luck.